City of San Francisco. They got the right to be proud right now, not just of the city, but of this team. 38-21. Ralph Tam has replaced Derek Deese. 3rd and 6. Young chased, throws it incomplete. Ricky Waters was the intended receiver.
Did Leon Lett hit Steve Young just as he threw the ball? I know Leon Lett was the guy who was chasing him, and Steve Young ended up on the ground. Charles Haley went down, and then you're going to see Leon Lett. He's number 78 in the middle. Haley starts up to the outside. He goes down. Leon Lett jumps up. It looks like, no, it was Brock Marion that hit him on a safety blitz. The Cowboys were in a nickel defense.
Wilkes-Meyer to punt it in the direction of Kevin Williams, who makes a fair catch at the 10. So the Cowboys have 90 yards to go if they hope to get closer, but they still have a whole quarter left.
Enterprise, your hometown rent-a-car hero, brings you today's hometown hero. He was born and raised in San Jose. Now he's San Francisco's all-pro tight end. Who is this hometown hero?
The hometown hero in rent-a-cars is Enterprise. We put more offices in your hometown than anyone else, so we're always in your neighborhood. And Enterprise is happy to pick you up. Then we take you back to our place, and you're on your way. Call your hometown rent-a-car company. Call Enterprise.
A graduate of San Jose's Leland High School and the University of Santa Clara, Brent Jones now teaches 49er opponents the finer points of football. Brent Jones, San Francisco's hometown hero.
Best things are forever. The thrill is never gone. And the future's ours together. Let's keep it going on. You're the part of me. That's the heart of me. Dr. Pepper, you're a part of me. Yeah.
Martin Tupper is a great dad and a terrific boss, but now that he's divorced, can a single guy in his 30s find happiness in the 90s? Catch Dream On tonight after a brand new episode of Married with Children on Fox's Funny Sunday. Dallas ball at their own 10. It's the 49ers 38-21 over the Cowboys, the defending world champions. And the crowd looks shaky. That's Emmitt Smith. Outside the 20. Not quite enough for a first. Tripped up by Tim McDonald and Merton Hanks.
You know, one of the things with the Cowboys, Alvin Harper's always been a big play guy, one for the Cowboys, but especially in games against 49ers, and he hasn't caught a pass today.
Not one.
And they haven't gone to him a lot. They haven't looked to him a lot. I think the 49ers did a smart thing. You know, I questioned that earlier, but when they put Deion Sanders on Harper, that kind of just took him right out of the game. And when they got him out of the game, then Deion can go wherever he wants. I mean, he's been on Michael Irvin. He's been intercepting passes. He's been doing all those things. Because if you look, he lined up 29 times on Harper, and they haven't thrown any to Harper. And, of course, he doesn't have any catches. 13 times have lined up on Michael Irvin. They threw to Michael Irvin 5 times against Deion Sanders. He has 2 catches, and, of course, Deion has a catch there, too.
I'm with you. I thought it was a mistake to put Deion on Harper man-to-man in the beginning, but it turned out to be very effective.
Yeah, and it's taken Harper out of the games in more way than one. I mean, they've taken where they haven't thrown to him, but then they've also, the Cowboys have taken him out of the game a lot.
Irvin is split wide to the right, and Sanders comes with him. Novacek is the man in motion. It's Emmitt Smith. And Emmitt has a first down. Still running is Emmitt Smith, and a flag on the play. That's got to be a face mask.
Yes, I mean he could still turn that power on. I mean that he has that left hamstring that bothers him, but he can still put that shoulder down, and just go out down and get that power going. 49ers are saying it's against Emmitt Smith.
They're saying holding. They're saying, I believe Emmitt grabbed the face mask and held the man off with it.
Well, they used to call that a straight arm. I guess if you just push it out there, it's a straight arm. I guess if you hold on to it, it's a hold. To me, it just looked like a great run.
He had the first down and more.
Yeah, they used to let him do that. Remember in the days of the straight arm, hit the other guy in the face with the helmet.
Illegal use of the hands on number 22 of the offense, grasping the face mask. It was 10 yards. The result of the play leaves them beyond the yard to gain. It is a first down.
You see this right there. He gets the hand, the old straight arm, and he just leaves it right there. And then I guess the fact that he grabbed it and kept it going backward. I mean, Eric Davis is number 25. He holds on with everything he has. Emmitt Smith just takes that right hand up there and holds on to that face mask.
That'll give you an idea how strong he is. And this is Emmitt Smith again. And Emmitt takes it outside the 35. And again, for a McDonald's game break, let's go to James Brown.
Pat, you and John have talked so often about how the game is played on the field and not on paper. Well, a San Diego team many thought will be the doormats of the AFC West instead are riding high in the penthouse. And when you think about all the great Air Coryell teams and the likes of Felton, Joyner, and Jefferson, they're happy that this team is heading to the Super Bowl. Back to Pat and John.
Well, you talk about doing a good job. We don't see it that much, but Bobby Ross and your friend Bobby Beathard, they've done a great job at San Diego.
Yeah, and their owner, Alex Spanos, and that whole group, we'd like to congratulate them on getting to the Super Bowl.
Michael Irvin takes the pass from Aikman in front of Eric Davis. And comes close and does get another Dallas first down.
Yeah, the thing is the Cowboys can still move the ball, and they can move it methodically. They're not using all their weapons. And we talk about Alvin Harper has really been taken out of this game, and Emmitt Smith, they're starting to use him a little now, and Michael Irvin being their playmaker, but not as much throwing to Daryl Johnston or Jay Novacek.
Yeah, they've been very quiet. Here's Emmitt Smith. And the clock is still running. Daryl Johnston in a little shoving match with Gary Plummer. This is all taking time off the clock. And when you're down by 38-21, time becomes very important.
There's Ralph Tam. He's really missed the whole season, and he's just happy to get back for this game, and then hope that they have another one this week. This year.
Smith checks out as they go with 3 wide receivers. Aikman ducks under Ricky Jackson. Gets it to his fullback, Daryl Johnston, and Daryl Johnston's knocked out of bounds at the San Francisco 40 by Gary Plummer.
That was just Aikman's competition there. He knew he had a weight, and you're going to see him. He's going to be here, and he's going to come out to the right. And then when he comes out, he has Daryl Johnston. You see Johnston in front of him? Now he just waits, and he lets the defense come to him. Then he just baits them all to come there. Then when they all take the bait, he just dumps it off to Daryl Johnston. That's only the second pass that Daryl Johnston has today.
First down, Dallas at the San Francisco 40. And the clock is running. And Aikman's back to throw it. Wheels it to Emmitt Smith, and he looked downfield too soon. Dropped it. That at least stopped the clock. Gary Plummer was right there had Smith made the catch.
Yeah, it was funny talking to Troy Aikman last time. Not funny, but he said that this game today means more to him than any of the other games. And asked him why. He said he really wasn't sure, but he thinks the changes, the coaching change, and then, everyone thought they were going to be down, and then everyone getting down on him, the injuries and all this thing. He says this is the biggest one that he's played in.
2nd and 10. Aikman has some time. Wheels it deep, incomplete. Intended for Alvin Harper, and it just wasn't there. That's the first one he's really thrown in that direction.
Well, he was waiting for some stuff to happen in the right and the middle. It didn't happen, and again, that was his third receiver. He's been doing that a lot. The 49ers defense have done an excellent job of taking away his first and second receivers. But you see that? He was looking to the right. Then he had to come back with a pump. And then Alvin Harper deep was the third thing that he was going to throw to.
That was Dana Stubblefield that applied the pressure to Aikman. A big 3rd and 10. If Dallas has any hopes. Aikman. Irvin. To the 20. Boy, he's made some big plays.
And you know, today he's kind of the only big play guy, and I think that's one of the problems the Cowboys are having is they usually distribute the ball, they usually move it around a lot more and have more big play guys. But today, if they're going to get one, it looks like they're going to have to get it with Troy Aikman throwing it to Michael Irvin.
Eric Davis made the tackle. He took one swipe at Irvin and then caught him when he came back again.
Been a long day for Eric Davis, but he's won his share.
That's Emmitt Smith. Headed outside, and he just saw him pull up then. That hamstring wouldn't let him go. And it's hurting.
Yep, I think he got it there. It was he tried to save that thing and play as long as he could. And then he saw again, it was Eric Davis coming up. I think he tried to make a little move on him. You see there's Lee Woodall there, but watch when 25 shows up. You see, in fact, he did it before that. You saw him grab it before Eric Davis ever got up there. And there was Merton Hanks coming up there.
And there's a flag on the play. And no question about it.
Yep, it's before Hanks gets there.
Yeah.
But you know the thing is, it's his left hamstring.
Yeah, and he grabbed his right leg.
He grabbed his right leg.
Well, you know, he had hamstring problems in the right leg earlier this year. It's been a tough, long year for Emmitt Smith. Here he is on December 19th at New Orleans.
Yeah.
Left hamstring.
Yeah, that's when he got. I mean, that was the big one. And then last week it was just re-injuring that left hamstring.
Looked almost the same. And there goes Emmitt.
In a country where the people are as diverse as the places they choose to call home, one thing these people seem to share is an appreciation for quality and value. Maybe that's why Ford has had America's best-selling car for 3 years and America's best-selling truck for 18. Maybe that's why 5 of the 10 best-selling vehicles in this country are Fords. They say you can't please everyone, but if we keep this up, we may just prove them wrong.
Let's figure out who this new computer is really for. You or them. All right, this is for you, this is for them, you, them, you, them, probably you and them, you if you get to the computer before they do, definitely you, them mostly, you sometimes, everybody really. If I talk about how it's built and backed and all that stuff, that won't help because that's good for both of you. Okay, how is this? It's for everybody, but it lives in your room. You'll work it out.
This Fox NFL special, the NFC Championship game, is brought to you by Ford and your Ford dealer. Have you driven a Ford lately? By Dr. Pepper and your local Dr. Pepper bottler. Dr. Pepper is just what the doctor ordered. By Hertz, for business, for pleasure. Nobody does it exactly like Hertz. And by Billy Madison, a universal release starring Adam Sandler. Starts Friday, February 10th at theaters everywhere.
Back at Candlestick Park, there was a personal foul call against Dallas.
There's an unnecessary roughness foul on the offense. Number 53, after the ball was out of bounds, continuing action foul. We penalized 15 yards, and the down counts as the play was over. Second down.
A continuing action foul. And so the down counts. They lost Emmitt Smith, and they got a penalty. That's a tough one.
And I think it was Mark. I know the penalty was against Mark Stepnowski, but I think he was blocking against his old teammate Ken Norton.
Second and 22. Blair Thomas has replaced Emmitt Smith. Aikman is down. It's Rhett Hall. And he just beat his blocker.
Yeah, because no one blocked him. Rhett Hall is going to be right here, and you see he just hits that hole and no one blocks him. He just hits that center guard gap. See, he starts over the center. Nate Newton goes out. Stepnoski didn't block. It was going to be a screen pass. Watch the center. Stepnoski is going to go to his left like it's going to be a screen. See him go out? Nate Newton also went out, but you got to block the guy in front of you before you go out.
3rd and 29. 3 wide receivers for the Cowboys. Aikman back to throw it. His protection broke down. He throws Irvin. And Michael Irvin makes the catch and gets back to the original line of scrimmage or thereabouts. Eric Davis made the stop.
Did you see
under heavy pressure.
Did you see how Michael Irvin did that, though? I mean, he knew that there was going to be guys in there, that he was going to get hit, and he just comes under control, and he waits. There were 3 guys around him. If he went inside anymore, there was going to be a real collision.
Yeah.
Outside, there would have been a real collision, and he just stayed right there.
There's the pressure on Aikman.
Well, it's that same thing. Larry Allen is just having trouble with that ankle, and Ricky Jackson is getting around him.
And Michael Irvin has injured his wrist again.
Let's recap Bud Bowl. Bud Light jumped to a quick 7-0 lead.
Hey, did you write that down? I want to win that $1 million.
Bud scored twice in the second, but trailed at the half, 21-14.
You got that too, right?
I got it.
Oh, I need a Viper.
At the end of 3, Bud Light still leads it, 24-20. There's only 1 quarter left, so get your game card where you buy Bud and Bud Light.
We can win this thing. Come on.
Yeah, we just got to mail it in.
But Monica, I love you.
Romance on the rocks, Brad?
Chuck Woolery?
Why don't you tell us what happened?
Nothing. I dialed 0 to call her collect.
And what should you have done?
Dialed 1-800-COLLECT and saved us some cash?
Would have been my move. Want to try again?
1-800-COLLECT. Yo, Chuck, do you mind?
Introducing Ford Contour. Gold, a world car for the 21st century. Result, world-class technology in 2 all-new engines, including a 24-valve V6 that runs 100,000 miles between recommended tune-ups. Outstanding safety features from dual airbags to a steel safety shell, even a filtration system that removes virtually all dust and pollen from the air. The totally new Ford Contour, well-equipped for just $14,655.
Fasten your seatbelt for the 2-hour must-see episode of the year. A brand new Melrose Place, Monday at 8, 7 Central.
4th quarter of the NFC Championship game, 9:22 left. The Dallas field goal unit's out on the field, and Chris Boniol will try with Jay Novacek holding from 36 yards away.
I think the Cowboys, half their offensive team was coming back on the field, too. Now they're taking a timeout. They had their field goal team out there, and then half their offense was coming back on the field. I think they're trying to decide to go for it.
They're going to go for it now. They changed their mind. And they take a valuable timeout.
10 minutes? Perfect. I'll see you then. Bye-bye. Like clockwork. Ah, the bubbly. Thank you, buddy.
Hey, your door, sir.
Have a nice day. No. Locksmith. 9 minutes. I have a big day. Taxi! Close. Typical. Umbrella. I got a date in 4.5 minutes.
Your flowers?
You guys take American Express? Let's go. Hey.
It's just not fair.
Momentito. Hello. It's a technical problem.
Barry, what's going on in there?
The American Express card. Don't leave home without it.
Great shoes.
I never wanted to grow up, much less get older. A daughter? Even the word used to scare me. Now I have commitments. That she will have an education. That my parents will always be okay. Love is expensive.
Take control of your future. A plan from Merrill Lynch can show you how. And a Merrill Lynch financial consultant has more ways to make the plan work for you than anyone else. The difference is planning. The difference is Merrill Lynch.
Al Bundy knows football.
Up to the left! Go for the end zone!
I thought you were watching cheerleaders. Married with children.
I am. Damn cameramen shooting their faces.
Tonight on Fox.
The NFC Championship game. San Francisco 38, Dallas 21. The Cowboys had their field goal unit out on the field. They got to have 3 scores. Then they called them back, called a timeout. So that means they have 2 left.
Yeah, and being down 17, as you said, they needed 2 touchdowns and a field goal. I'm surprised they didn't take the field goal there.
Well, they had a kick from a muddy spot. Aikman has the time and a miraculous catch made by Kevin Williams. That is one heck of a catch.
Well, we know that over the year, every time we talked to Troy Aikman, he kept saying that he was getting more and more confidence in Kevin Williams. I know at first he had a tough time finding him and seeing him because he's a slot receiver, and usually your slot receiver runs inside patterns. And Merton Hanks looked like he had perfect coverage. Watch Merton Hanks on him. He is right there with him. And like you said, Kevin Williams made a great catch.
That is a terrific catch. Blair Thomas is the running back. They fake to him, and Aikman throws the end zone. Mervin. Touchdown, Dallas.
I'll tell you, those guys are going down like champions. I mean, if you're going to beat them, you're going to have to whip them. I mean, Troy Aikman is doing everything that you have to do here. Barry Switzer decided not to take the field goal, go for it on 4th down. How about what Michael Irvin's doing? He's down here pushing off Eric Davis about 3 times, and then the pass by Troy Aikman, the touchdown.
And he just dragged his foot down in time to score. He just barely got it down. They're going to try for the, not for the 2, for the 1. This extra point becomes very important. And Boniol hits it. And it's 38-28. And watch what he does with both feet.
There's 1 down, and there's the drag. So both feet were inbound.
38-28. 8.5 minutes left.
In a country where the people are as diverse as the places they choose to call home, one thing these people seem to share is an appreciation for quality and value. Maybe that's why Ford has had America's best-selling car for 3 years and America's best-selling truck for 18. Maybe that's why 5 of the 10 best-selling vehicles in this country are Fords. They say you can't please everyone, but if we keep this up, we may just prove them wrong.
They say there's nothing like the taste of a Dr. Pepper. But they have obviously never tasted a Diet Dr. Pepper. Discover what millions already have. The great taste of Diet Dr. Pepper.
Now, the 5 greatest pigskin players ever. Number 5, Steve Young. How does he do that? Number 4, Michael Irvin, all because of that grab. Number 3, Jerry Rice, back on the list because he's supposed to be. At number 2, Ronnie Lott, a lot of pain that is. And at number 1, no pain, only pleasure, Al Del Greco. Oh, Al, this is the hat.
Everyone has a right to be heard, and this man has a lot to say.
You don't have a problem with him, like, stealing shoes out of locker rooms?
Ah, that's petty stuff. No felonious assaults, no big deal. Let the man speak. Yeah, he deserves a right. I mean, this is America. This is the land of the free, home of the brave. Let the man talk.
This Fox NFL special, the NFC Championship game, is brought to you by American Express. Card members, thanks for using your card to help raise $5 million for the Charge Against Hunger. Share Our Strength, one of the country's largest hunger relief fundraising organizations, will use this money to help combat the hunger problem across America.
Michael Irvin, who just scored the touchdown, and look who's in on the kickoff return team for San Francisco, Deion Sanders.
Ever since he's become a 49er, he's been lobbying to either get on offense or get on the kickoff return or the punt return, and he finally got on this kickoff return.
Boniol's kick hangs high, and it's going to be Deion Sanders. on the return. And out of the pack he comes. And gets up to about the 34.
Look at all the guys run out there and jump on him. Deion Sanders. And now there's a fight. You don't have to fight over Deion. Just return the kickoff. We don't have to fight over that. But George Seifert was saying all the time he didn't want Deion Sanders on the return team because he didn't want him to get hurt.
Right.
And Deion Sanders said, well, you worry that I'm going to get hurt, but just say you put me back there and I return it all the way. He said, you'll look like Vince Lombardi. But they're going after Deion Sanders.
Well, he didn't quite say Vince Lombardi. He said that guy used to coach at Green Bay.
Yeah, yeah. You see, it was Clayton Holmes that they were arguing about. You see that late shot right there after Deion was down.
38-28 the score. Ricky Sanders, the ball carrier. Ricky Waters, excuse me.
But George Seifert finally lost that one. Ever since Deion became a 49er, he's been wanting to do that. And he and George Seifert have kind of had this thing. And George Seifert won the battle until just then that kickoff return. He said every time that they go to a kickoff return, he goes up and asks if he can do it. And
Every time.
always been the same no until that time.
Second and about 8. Clock running, and Young throws to Taylor, knocked down by Larry Brown. Incomplete.
Yeah, they've been working on Larry Brown all day. They've been working on him on ups. They've been working on him on outs. And he's been having problems with it. But a cornerback has to have bad memory. And, you know, you can't worry about that last one. You got to go get the next one.
That's most important. You don't remember anything.
Every great one that I ever knew, like Willie Brown, you know, would always, if you beat him, he'd forget it. He'd never remember that.
Well, that's what you have to do. Rice comes out on Brown this time. And Young goes back to throw. He's chased. And Steve Young got rid of it at the last moment. Leon Lent pressured Steve Young, and the 49ers will have to punt, and we're not through yet.
That's what the Cowboys needed to keep this thing a football game. As they had to score like they did, and then they had to stop this drive right here. And then by doing that, we have a game now.
We had a game before this ever started.
Yeah, but I mean, it could have been if the 49ers took this ball and drove it down. This game that we've had since the start could have been over too.
Yeah, could have been. Kevin Williams back deep for Klaus Wilmsmeyer's punt. High snap, short kick. Williams says get away from it. It takes a 49er bounce, and it's still bouncing. And they down it at the 25. Dallas takes over just outside their own 25. It's 38-28 San Francisco. Overhead, the Goodyear blimp, piloted today by Captain John Creighton. And sending us those great pictures, and they have been great today, is cameraman Glenn Hampton.
Where is he? Is he up in this thing here, you think?
I think
right
so.
In there, and he's just shooting down from there?
I think.
Does he have is the camera automatic, or does he have to aim
No,
at the
he's
stuff?
waving.
Oh, that's where he is, but where's the camera? Oh, here's the camera here. Well, how's he operated?
Well, he got long arms.
I think he just points it.
Aikman back to throw and fire. Outside and out of bounds is Kevin Williams. Tyrone Drakeford took him out of bounds. That stops the clock with 7 minutes. We're down to this game. And this last 7 minutes and the clock running. I thought Kevin Williams got out of bounds, but they didn't stop it. 2nd and 2. And Aikman's going to throw again and fires up the middle. Kevin Williams makes the catch. Dallas first down. Clock continues to run.
You know that the playmaker, the Cowboys are going without a huddle now. You know your playmaker is Michael Irvin, but you didn't expect the second guy to be Kevin Williams, but he's becoming that guy.
And again, Aikman is under pressure, and the ball flutters to the ground, and they were lucky that that one wasn't picked off.
It was
Ricky Jackson.
It was lucky that Troy Aikman isn't hurt. I mean, watch Ricky Jackson. He's number 57. He's coming. He starts on the outside. Then he goes inside of Larry Allen, and he just flushes Troy Aikman as he throws that ball. Larry Allen has really been having a tough time over there with Ricky Jackson today. We talked about Ricky Jackson playing for $838,000 today, but I'll tell you, and I believe it, he says that a Super Bowl championship means more to him than that.
So many great years, and Larry Allen really playing with a handicap. He couldn't even make it all the way through practice on Thursday. Aikman fires short. And a flag on the play.
It's against Tim Harris. Look at Charles Haley out there yelling at Harris. Oh, that was a big play.
Yes, sir. It's against the 49ers, against Tim Harris.
Yeah, that's a coach killer. Those are the things that really get you as a coach. You have everything under control. You're getting a good pass rush. You have good coverage downfield.
Personal foul.
Yep, right at the end. You see, he didn't let go.
Just kept going.
First down.
First down, Dallas.
It wasn't a late hit as much as he had him, and then after he threw it, he didn't let go.
Just kept pushing him out of bounds.
Look at Charles Haley down there. He's laughing. Charles Haley thinks he called that one. He was out there yelling at the official and at Tim Harris. I think Haley thinks he just bought 15 yards and a first down for the Cowboys.
1st and 10 at the San Francisco 43. 6 minutes and 20 seconds left. 38-28, San Francisco. Deion Sanders knocks it down, intended for Michael Irvin.
Whatever they gave Deion Sanders, he's learning it today. I mean, the things that they can do with this defense, with him in there, you know, just makes them a much better defense. He plays tight coverage. He plays off. That time he was off of Michael Irvin.
Yep.
He just waited for him to come down and to cut. And then, you know, instead of getting the near hand in there to knock down the ball, he always throws the off hand, or in that case, the left hand in to knock it down.
2nd and 10. At the San Francisco 43. Aikman again will have to throw, and does, and goes deep. The pass is incomplete. Intended for Michael Irvin. And Deion Sanders is with him.
And he had Deion on that one. The whole Cowboys sideline is looking for a penalty on this one. You see, he gets his left hand in there. That's the way defensive backs feel where the guy's going. He got that left arm in there in front of him. Deion Sanders is trying to get some oxygen. He's trying to get close to that grass.
There's a flag on the play on the far side of the field. I think Barry Switzer might have run into the referee.
Yeah, I mean, well, half of that sideline was out there. That's what they were yelling about.
Bumping the official on the field.
The official was bumped on the field.
The play was over. 15 yards. 3rd down.
15 yards after the play was over. It's still 3rd down.
He thought he should have had the penalty, and then he didn't get it, but he can't go on the field. He better calm down.
And you certainly can't make any contact with the official. Barry is upset. 3rd and 25. And just over 6 minutes left. Aikman back to throw it. Pass is complete to Alvin Harper. That's his first catch, and he gets it out of bounds, and they stop the clock.
And that was on Deion Sanders, but the 49ers were, after that penalty on Barry Switzer, the 49ers were really giving him a cushion. Look how far back Deion Sanders is. He's just playing back, playing off, and then Harper just cuts that thing off in front of him.
And you save all the moves for that. They stop the clock only until the ball is marked, and then they start it up again, and it's going.
Holy moly, I've never seen a coach like that.
4th and 10. And Aikman is swamped. Tim Harris takes Aikman down.
That may be the Super Bowl play.
That might be. 5 minutes and 42 seconds left. 38-28, the 49ers by 10.
Watch Tim Harris. He's right down here. He's coming from this side, and again, it's against Larry Allen, who's had a tough day. Starts him to the upside, comes underneath him, and he's right in Troy Aikman's face. Okay, Larry Allen, and he's playing with a bad ankle and all that stuff, but that has been a big, big problem for the Dallas Cowboys today.
Jerry Rice goes in motion on 1st and 10. The give is to Ricky Waters. And Switzer asks for a timeout.
I think he needs more than a timeout.
He is hot. 5 minutes and 31 seconds left to play. 2nd and 9, San Francisco. They lead by 10.
Is that Johnson's team behind us?
Exactly.
Are they members of Hertz #1 Club Gold?
Exactly.
Are we members of Hertz #1?
Not exactly.
So thanks to Hertz, they're going to get to the meeting on time.
And we'll be late?
So exactly what'll I tell the boss?
In rent-a-car, there's Hertz, and there's not exactly. Make sure you choose the right one.
And then a dog in the cargo hold ate our presentation.
Is he buying it?
Not exactly.
The NFC Championship game, the 49ers 38, Dallas 28. 5.5 minutes left to play. Tim Harris, who just sacked Troy Aikman on 4th down. Waters and Floyd behind Steve Young. And it's Ricky Waters again. He gets nowhere. But the clock runs. There's Ricky Jackson.
Yep, he came here and signed for a base salary $162,000. But if they win this game, he gets $1 million. So this game is for $838,000 for him.
The winner of this game gets the trip to Miami and the Super Bowl and all that goes with it against San Diego. Dallas is out of timeouts.
They were going for a three-peat. And I'll tell you, they gave everything. I mean, they really did.
We have confirmation that the head coach of the Cowboys, Barry Switzer, came out and bumped in to the head linesman.
And that was after that deep pass to Michael Irvin where Deion Sanders had his left arm in there. And there was a whole bunch of Cowboys came off that sideline trying to get a penalty. You're thinking the penalty should have been thrown on Deion Sanders.
The head linesman is Sid Seaman. That's who Switzer ran into.
They were all yelling about that guy Deion Sanders there who has really played a heck of a game today. I mean, they had a job for him and he went out and did it.
3rd and long, and Young is going to throw it. Batted up into the air.
Look at this. They're dumping all the buckets, Pat, so that they can't dump it on the coach.
I wouldn't care.
Yeah. But there is a guy that's done a heck of a job.
Really?
I mean, there's a rumor that if he doesn't win, he's going to get fired. Now, and I don't know. It may be a rumor. It may even be true. But if it's true, it's ridiculous. I mean, this guy has the best coaching record in the NFL. I mean, he's been through a lot. He's done everything. He's one of the best coaches that there is. You're not going to get any better than George Seifert. And how they could have a dumb idea that if he doesn't win this in the Super Bowl, they're going to get a new coach.
Well, threw it all. Offsides, a flag on the play. Kevin Williams signaled fair catch. Made it at the 10 or 11. Adam Walker. And it looks like Darren Woodson got involved in a shoving match. Way back up the field. No, Kevin Smith.
He was just chasing Adam Walker. Watch Adam Walker. He's number 27. And he's going to block right there.
And then
he said, oh, yeah, well, he started it with the right. So now they're playing downfield. Oh, and he gave him the old knee deal there.
Yes,
no wonder Kevin Smith is mad. Adam Walker got 3 things in there.
Mad.
He got a punch, an elbow, and a knee. Kevin Smith got one. That'll be interesting to see who they called the penalty on. Adam Walker got
Dallas.
Oh no, Adam Walker got 3 shots in there.
They called against both of them.
Yeah, they don't even have a signal for what Adam Walker did to Kevin Smith.
Well, I hope not.
Well, what they're going to do is they're going to call a penalty, one of those offsetting deals, you know, that they don't penalize anyone.
Plus, I think there might have been an offside originally, way back when they snapped the ball on the punt. Antonio Goss standing over.
1995 hasn't changed anything that was happening in 1994 as far as officials' conferences.
Big hand tag.
On the play, we had number 40 of the kicking team offside, lined up in the neutral zone.
That's Bill Bates.
Pardon me, correction, it was the receiving team.
Now this is going to take too long.
That's Bill Bates.
After the play was over, we had a personal foul on the kicking team and a personal foul on the receiving team. 26 white and 27 red. We're going to replay the down.
After all that.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of confidence in that.
No.
See, that's what Steve Young has there. He's getting on Adam Walker now. I mean, that's where they said that he has really changed this year. In fact, Harris Barton was telling us that he's yelling at offense, he's yelling at defensive guys, and that time we saw him yelling at a special teams guy.
Why we replay the down? I mean, Dallas has the ball at their own 10-yard line.
Now let's see. Bates was offside.
He was offsetting after the play. I don't know.
I don't know. Well, they're still not. I mean, they're still having some meetings. Now they're talking to George Seifert down here, and they're still having. Maybe they'll have another conference.
Don't touch anybody, George.
See, they got to get another official in here. You know, these crews are kind of all-star crews.
Yeah.
They're the crews that have graded out the best in the year, but they haven't worked together. Well, I just kind of thought that was a mistake. You know, that the best crew ought to work together, like the teams do. I mean, the best team of players get to the big games and play as a team.
Additionally, on the play.
Oh, more stuff happens.
Yeah. This was a.
On the play, number 26 from Dallas was ejected.
Ejected.
And number 20 from San Francisco was ejected.
It shouldn't be number 27.
Yeah, they don't have a number 20. No. Yeah, they do. It's Derek Lavelle.
Did you see that sign for ejection? No, it's kind of like the baseball umpires, you know, use for out. Kind of like he's out of there, but it can't be 20. Hey, you know, the other
he's in
thing.
the game now.
Yeah, the other thing is the guys that are kicked out have to leave the field. They can't stay here.
And so we'll do it again. Better kick. Kevin Williams signaled fair catch, and the ball is going to roll down at the 6, at the 4 this time. There goes Adam Walker.
Yeah, they said number 20, but they got the right guy, number 27. And the rule, when a player is kicked out, he cannot stay here. He has to leave the field. You see Adam Walker leaving.
Right.
And I don't know that we've seen Kevin Smith leave yet. But I saw one game where they kicked a guy out, and the guy just sat there in the bench. Like I said, part of the rule is you kick them out, they got to leave the house.
Just under 5 minutes left to play. And the 49ers lead by 10. 3 wide receivers for the Cowboys. Darrell Johnston in the backfield by himself. Aikman out of the end zone. Throws to Kevin Williams. Williams hops out of bounds at about the 25.
Yeah, this guy, Troy Aikman, has really been a champion. I mean, you just think of the injuries and how he's played and how I mean, coming into this game, he'd been in 7 playoff games.
Never lost.
Never lost one. When you look at guys that you enjoy and respect, Troy Aikman is on the top of that list.
It certainly would be. You have to admire the courage of Larry Allen today, too. He hasn't been able to walk even. Aikman fires deep. And incomplete. Troy Cook.
That's what they were looking for earlier. Remember the same thing. It was the same 2 guys. It was Troy Cook and it was Eric Davis and it was Michael Irvin. They were throwing to Irvin and those guys let Michael Irvin run right by him. This time he gets behind Eric Davis again, but Troy Cook is right there to almost catch the ball.
Troy Cook thought he had a shot at the interception. That makes it 2nd down. The Cowboys need 10, but they need not a lot more than 10. Yards, I mean, not points. Aikman, pump fake, throw, incomplete. He was hit by Dana Stubblefield just as he let it go. That one hurt.
Yeah, he's getting the heck beat out of him now. I mean, you know, this is where they really had the pressure. Here's Stubblefield coming straight up the middle, and you'll just watch him. You see they start on a stunt. Bryant Young starts to go inside, then Stubblefield goes outside, and Stubblefield hits Aikman right after he throws the ball.
3rd and 10. Largest crowd ever to see a sporting event at Candlestick Park shouting defense. 16 times he's been knocked down.
That's pretty good defense.
The screen pass is broken up by Ken Norton. It was Darrell Johnston with the ball.
And Ken Norton is going to have a 3-peat, Pat. He had the 2 Super Bowls with the Cowboys, and now it looks like he'll be there with the 49ers. So if the Cowboys don't 3-peat, Ken Norton has a chance to 3-peat.
Fourth and 10 with less than 4 minutes left to play. 4th and 9 make it. And Aikman back. The pass is up the middle for the 1st down. Kevin Williams again made the catch, stopped by Merton Hanks.
The Cowboys are still thinking in terms of 2 scores.
But no timeouts.
They have no timeouts left, so they're going to have to get a score, either touchdown or field goal, and an onside kick.
Aikman throws to Irvin.
What I would do in this situation, if I were the Cowboys, I'd try to get another 1st down or 2 and then kick a field goal. So I'd save some time because I can't stop the clock anymore, although they will get the 2-minute warning. That would be 1 timeout.
Irvin didn't quite get the 1st down. 2nd and 1, excuse me. Aikman can't get rid of it. Tim Harris again around the corner.
Yeah, I think that Larry Allen gets a point where, you know, toughness is good, but I think you have to get someone in there that has a chance. And I don't know that he has a chance. We'll see Tim Harris here again working from this side. You see Larry Allen just can't move out there. There, I mean, he tried to cut him. That's kind of a last resort type of thing.
Aikman's pass is low. And they'll face another 4th down. It was intended for Michael Irvin. Troy Wilson with the pressure on Aikman.
Hey, you'd think if they were really watching and monitoring it, you know, having someone like Ron Stone in there at right tackle, who's not as good as Larry Allen, maybe hasn't played there as much, but is healthy, would give him a better shot than Larry Allen, I think.
Aikman will have to put up his 50th pass of the day on this next one. 4th and 6. Timeout, San Francisco.
Yeah, the 49ers made a late substitution. They brought Charles Mann in, and I think they didn't have their defense set, or they almost had 12 guys on the field.
If the 49ers win here at Candlestick Park, there's Charles Mann. The presentation of the trophy will be held on the field. It's the first time it's ever been done in a championship game. The NASDAQ stock market post-game report coming up with JB, Terry, Howie, and Jimmy. The George Halas Trophy presentation, which again will take place on the field. If down in that area down by the San Francisco goalpost.
Yeah, I think they got a fence around it. See, they got a fence to keep some stuff back, and they're going to do it right there. And that'll be the first time it's ever been done. Right. And this is the biggest crowd, I think, in Candlestick history here today. That's correct.
Largest crowd ever to watch a sporting event at Candlestick Park. 2:47 left.
And I think that this game deserved that. I mean, when you get the defending world champions coming in to play the favorite home team with the best record all year, I think the most people should come to watch that deal.
And the build-up it's had. Flag on the play. Aikman has a long time.
Yeah, everyone wants a piece of Larry Allen. And you see Charles Mann, who they just brought in the game. He wanted to line up on Larry Allen to get a hunk of that. They kept Darrell Johnston in to help that time. I mean, they have to do that. Either put someone in for Larry Allen. I know it's 4th down. Or help Larry Allen. They just can't leave him there against all these pass rushers.
Well, let's see who the penalty's against.
False start. Offense. Prior to the snap, number 73. 5-yard penalty. Repeat the down. 4th down.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mean to beat this to death, but it's just, I mean, it's just a tough thing, and it's not the guy. I mean, he's a rookie who's playing with an injury that he shouldn't be playing with. Charles Mann starts up, and and then he gets him to move, and he just jiggles a little. But I thought that was supposed to be if the defensive guy moved and made the offensive guy move, that it would be against the defensive guy this year.
Brings up 4th down and 11. Dallas at their own 42. Again, here comes the pressure, but Aikman gets it to Novacek and gets the first down as Novacek fights inside the San Francisco 40. In the grasp of Merton Hanks.
They just won't go down. They're going with no huddle here. 4th down. He's going to look for one of his favorite guys. It's been Irvin today, but over the years it's been Jay Novacek. Boom, he hits him on Merton Hanks.
Incomplete. Intended for Kevin Williams. Tyrone Drakeford broke it up.
Yeah, one of the thing I think the Cowboys, if they can get in position here to kick a field goal, I think it would be a good move. Kick the field goal, then the onside kick, then come back and try and get your touchdown. But that's one thing. But look at this field. I mean, they just stop, and a big old divot comes out of the ground.
You do well to stop.
So I don't know that you want to. I mean, look at this area here. I don't know that you want to have to kick from that area. I think kicking is a good idea if you get down there. But on this field, I don't know how good an idea it is.
Aikman has thrown it 51 times, now 52, as he is hit by Rhett Hall and sacked again. Fresh legs.
But again, here's Rhett Hall right here. Everyone's worried about this outside. Rhett Hall just goes right inside Nate Newton. He just beat him immediately, took that inside shoulder, Nate Newton's right shoulder, beat that shoulder, and then the next thing there was Troy Aikman.
Aikman back. Going deep. Incomplete. Alvin Harper, the intended receiver. And now we'll get the 2-minute warning.
That Deion Sanders can run faster than anyone in this league.
49ers by 10. Simpsons followed by House of Buggin. Married with Children, Dream On, and the new Get Smart. At a special time, it's a night of outrageous comedy. Tonight on Fox. 2 minutes to go. The 49ers 10 points ahead. Ron Stone has replaced Larry Allen. '49ers by 10. Aikman has time this time and gets it to Novacek. Novacek to the 30.
Not a first down.
Not a first down. And the 49ers offensive unit comes on the field and everybody begins to celebrate.
I'll tell you, that's Steve Wallace, and he had a baby boy born last night, and he has his name on there, Baron Stephen Wallace II, or Jr.
This game is presented by the authority of the National Football League, is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the San Francisco 49ers and the National Football League is prohibited. At the end of the game, John and I will select the Miller Lite player of the game. San Francisco.
What a job they've done. You know, and it didn't start this year. I think it started at the championship game last year. In fact, Eddie DeBartolo, the owner of the 49ers, was coming down in the elevator and in Dallas after that game and says, I want a better defense, Carmen policy. They went out and they got one.
And they could just run it out. Dallas has no timeouts.
Yep. Steve Young, they said he couldn't win the big one. He had all the yeah buts. He's answered him now. He's a different guy. Steve Wallace, did you see him in the huddle pointing to Steve Young? Hey, give him the credit that he's due.
Today's NFC Championship game is produced by Bob Stinner and directed by Sandy Grossman. The pregame and halftime show produced by Scott Ackerson and directed by Bob Levy. The executive producers of Fox Sports are Ed Gorin and David Hill. Said a moment ago that John and I would pick the Miller Lite most valuable player of the game. And our selection is number 8, Steve Young.
Yep. I'll tell you, everyone feels good for that man. I mean, he's been through a lot.
It's going to be San Diego against San Francisco.
He's had a lot on his shoulder, but you can see it coming off now, can't you?
The 49ers and Chargers played in the regular season at San Diego, game we did. San Francisco won 38-15. Overall, the series is 4-3. What courage and what an effort by this guy.
The Cowboys have given us a lot of great games and have been great champions.
But 3 in a row won't happen. Nobody's ever done it. And it won't happen now.
Troy Aikman told us, he said, I hope Steve Young wins one. I just don't want it to be against us.
Steve Young in the shadows of Joe Montana for so many years is finally out.
And it's his day and it's his team. And he knows it. And everyone else knows it. I'll tell you, sometimes you just have to let go. Sometimes you hold it and you want to be a pro. Sometimes you just have to let it go and enjoy it.
Well, they got ahead by 21 points right off the bat as a result of the Dallas turnovers. And again, in almost every game we've ever done, John, that tells the story. Turnovers.
They went out and they made it happen. And again, I think it started, you know, they lost the conference championship. There's Eddie DeBartolo down there hugging everyone. He's the guy that said, let's go out in this free agent. Let's go out in this cap thing. Let's go out and get some defensive players. And he did it. And look at this fired up guy. Yeah. He looks like he's ready to go in a ring or something.
And again, the trophy presentation, the Hallis Trophy is.
He knocked the cameraman down.
Is going to be presented on the field. When the excitement, if it ever does, quiets down.
Steve Young is the man. Look at him, he's jumping over fences. Watch it, he's going to go up into the stands in a minute.
So the final score here at Candlestick is San Francisco 38, Dallas 28. Coming up, it's the NASDAQ stock market postgame report. JB, Terry, Howie, and Jimmy will preview the Super Bowl 29 between the San Francisco 49ers and San Diego Chargers. But first, we'll have on-field trophy presentation to the NFC champion San Francisco 49ers. That's all coming up next on the NASDAQ.
By House of Buggin, Married with Children, Dream On, and the new Get Smart at a Special Time.
It's a night of outrageous comedy coming your way tonight on Fox. And right now, we are going to take you downside, along field side, to Terry Bradshaw, who is standing by for the George Halas Trophy presentation to the 49ers. Terry.
Thank you, JB. And 75 years of the great game of professional football, we're celebrating this season presentation of the NFC Championship Trophy, the George S. Halas Trophy, presented by the grandson of the great George Halas, Michael McCaskey, president of the Chicago Bears, to the owner of the San Francisco 49ers, Eddie DeBartolo Jr. Michael?
Eddie, to you, Carmen, Coach Seifert, all the players and staff, an outstanding victory. Here's the George Halas Trophy, and now on to the Super Bowl. Congratulations.
Thanks, Michael. Thank you. Thank you to everybody, to Coach Seifert, to the coaching staff, to the fans, to my family, and to the great players we have. I love you all, and we are going to go to Miami, and we will bring back another championship. Thank you.
Eddie, 2 years of frustration finally coming to a conclusion today. This has to be a proud moment for you and your family.
Terry, it's the most, I can't tell you what it means to me. It's the proudest moment I've been in. I had I don't know, I can't talk.
Let me turn to Coach Seifert. George, second Super Bowl in 6 years, an opportunity now to do something that's a lot of fun, being a champion. How does this feel right now?
Well, it's got to be the thrill of my coaching career. I'm so very proud to be a part of this organization, have this great team, be a part of that in the way they played today against the defending world champion. I think it's actually the coaching thrill of my life.
Are you surprised that after 8 minutes of this football game, 3 Dallas turnovers lead to a 21-point lead, and it's hard, as you well know, to win games, especially championships, when you turn the ball over?
Well, there's no question. At the same time, I think Dallas showed their pride, and but our team did at the end. We talked about as they would try to rise up, try to suppress that. I think our club did. It got a little hairy at times, but I think it's a real tribute to all these players and all the coaches and Carmen Policy and Eddie and everything that's been done here over the year.
Okay, good luck down in Miami against San Diego, Coach.
Thanks a lot.
Let me bring in Steve Young. Steve. This feels nice, doesn't it?
It's a great feeling. It's something that you just can't believe, 47 guys coming together, and we did. We came together with a purpose, and about mid-season, we turned it around and decided that we were going to come together. I can't describe a feeling like this. I mean, it's amazing when you get to share it with the guys that we have.
I want to show you a play, Steve, on our monitor. This is a play right before the half. The touchdown pass to Jerry Rice.
I just tried to look off the safety and put it up to Jerry. They were squatting on all the short routes, and that really took the wind out of them right before half. That was the big play of the game.
Yeah, their mismanagement of the clock, the 30 seconds they could have killed, y'all get a touchdown, really turns this game around.
That really was the big play, because until then, we really hadn't put it away. And it looked like early it was going to get put away, and they keep fighting back. I give them a lot of credit for fighting back. I mean, they played very hard. It was just a death throw game. I mean, it was right to the end.
Well, good luck to you down in Miami.
Thank you, Terry.
All right, that's it from down here, JB. Back to you.
Hey. All right, Terry, thank you very much. And it indeed has to feel awfully good to Steve Young. As a matter of fact, an offseason of intensive and expensive retooling by the San Francisco 49ers has paid dividends, as the 49ers got the Cowboys in their own house and, in fact, spanked them by the margin of 38-28. And we'll come back here to Candlestick and continue with our post-game coverage after this.